Hello everybody, welcome back to round 9 of the Singapore GP, and I've got Mr. Yogurt beside me. Welcome, Mr. Yogurt.
Yes. Hello. Hello.
Ready for an exciting round here tonight at the skylights of Singapore.
Well, Singapore will always be exciting, especially when the league is called Kong Racing League. We have. Is this ISRL Schoon debut? Do you know that?
ISRL, there's two Koons, Calcoon and...
Yeah. I think there's even another one. Isn't there another one? Or did ISRL Koon already make his debut in Austria?
I don't know, mate, but the guy in 6th place, what's his name? Because I can't see his name.
Nathan, that's Nathan.
Oh, I can't see Mr. Booth's name on the screens. So we have to try and remember that.
Yeah, well, it's Mercedes and yeah, the other one is Faxland.
Hello, Roland.
Yeah, so two Koons, but we'll just call one Calcoon and one Koon. Won't be a problem.
So, our man Indeed Jesus is on the track. I think Mr. Yogurt was about to say that.
Yeah, no, I was about to say that Strauss is on the track, which is way more important. Of course, Strauss, good driver.
Mr. Stroud, I think, looking back at the Austrian Grand Prix, was it Austrian last time?
No, last time, well, that was the race before, because I remember that I wasn't there in Austria, and
it was Brazil.
Last one was, no, Brazil was before that.
Sorry, Spain, was it Spain?
Yeah, no, no, that was also before that.
What is it?
Maybe, I don't know, I forgot.
But it was Brazil, wasn't it? It's got to be Brazil last week.
No, it wasn't Brazil.
It was Brazil. It says 2 weeks ago. Was it? Wait, did I stream on my own channel again? It was 2 weeks ago. Wait, did I miss a race last week? I shouldn't have missed a race last week. My attendance has been 100%. So, was it Brazil last week? That's confusing. It was Brazil. It was Brazil because it says round 8. But for some reason it wasn't streamed.
It wasn't Brazil.
Anyways, enough of that. Let's go on board with Indeed Jesus.
You're looking at Academy, CRA. It's a CR Academy.
Oh yeah.
You shouldn't be looking at it.
It was Russian. It was Russia.
It was Russia, exactly. The whole time I was right and you just don't believe me.
It was a chaotic race in Russia. Yeah,
and Duel won again, which is unfortunate. But Indian Jesus, another race winner, is now out on track for the first one. The 26-3. It's actually pretty good first sector, I believe.
First set, it's not really too difficult, but when it comes to the middle and last sector.
I've been driving with some of the guys with Furk Duel, and Furk was looking the quickest in that particular session. Of course, that doesn't mean a lot, but well, it means something. He was doing a 33.9, so we're gonna have to be looking to the 33s. This particular
Indeed Jesus exiting the Anderson Bridge, then activating DRS a little bit later than he would like to. 2.9 in that middle sector from Indeed Jesus. He rides the curb through there. On the throttle he goes again, and he comes into this little right-left section. He takes most of the curb through here, and takes most of the curb through there as well. Try to avoid the wall, but you want to use the he doesn't really use the track as he's supposed to. He's supposed to use all of the track without touching the walls. Coming into here, sector 3, then use the curb on the inside here, then use the curb on the outside. Try not to hit the wall through here. See many drivers in real life touch that wall, especially with the right rear tyre. As he makes the way through the final corner, takes the tightest slide through there. It's a 35.3 from the German driver who puts himself on first place.
I guess it's an alright banker. I think Harvey Leeds is the next one. Yes, he is the next one. The Williams driver, of course, a winner in race 1, but after that it's been going downhill for him. So let's see what Harvey Leeds can do. We hope to see him back in form again. He does go quickest for now, but it's only the second one to have set a lap. Krishna is next, he goes to P3. We have Strauss, look at that, P3.
Mr. Strauss goes into third place. Christian Tires needs improving there because that's a 36.5.
Calcoon is on a lap in the Renault, he goes to P4. Behind Strauss, who's next? We have Koen. Koen invalidated, so he's into the pits.
I'm on board with Ferg, and he's set the fastest middle sector, well, apparently to this game. So let's keep on board with him.
AJ invalidated. That's not good. AJ was also looking very quick in the practice session I did with him. So especially want to look out for the Duel. We know Duel's very quick on the street circuits. I mean, it's everywhere Duel's quick, but especially on the street circuit. So Original Gamma, or Origin Gamma, goes to P3, taking that one away from Strauss.
Ferg sets to 34.5.
Yeah, that's a pretty good banker, and that will definitely get improved into Q2, which is the most important thing about Q1.
Here we've got Irish New Potato.
A guy with some pace, but hasn't really shown it this season yet.
Last race I saw him in was at the Brazilian GP, and I believe him and Ferg came into contact with each other, so he had good pace. He was in the top 3, but he was on the soft compound tyre compared to the guy behind him, which was Ferg, and he was on the medium compound tyre. So
Louis Led, we know he has got some pace. He goes into P3 just behind Harvey Lees. Again, someone to look out for, he is. Yeah, always want to look out for.
On board with Damn Spin, he's usually in the Renault, but this time he's in the Alfa Romeo as he sets a 3.8 in the middle sector. Coming out of that, heading into, I don't know what the turns are, so I'm going to have to try and remember it. When it goes a bit deep into that first corner, compromises a bit into the second corner. Here we are then, where people have crashed before into the barrier. We see Ricardo and Senna do that in 2010, 2013 was the last time Ricardo crashed in that barrier.
Damn Spin, sorry to interrupt you, he's coming across the line now through this fast left-hander. Across the line it comes into P9. Ideally you want to be a bit better, but it's alright for now.
He's usually in the Renault like we said, but I think he's a reserve driver, that's why he's all over the driver market so far. On board with Faxland, we saw him last weekend making his debut. He was the medium runner because the safety car came out, the soft runners pitted and they took over for some reason. There we go, I could change the camera angle. Now it's the 2.8, that's a decent middle sector compared to what I've seen so far from Faxland.
Louis Led at a 2.9.
Louis Ladd is currently down in 3rd place, so
yeah, so he's on a good one, Faxland. Only his 2nd race in CRL, so very exciting driver he is.
He's the Danish driver in this league, coming towards turn 20.
P4 for Steinslag. Next one will be Faxland. So very exciting to see what he can do. Taking a very conservative final corner. He did lose some time in that final sector because he was going quicker than Louis Led. But P4 will definitely be enough for him. Jeroen, see what he can do. He started on the front row last race and now he comes into P4. We have the two Alpha Tauri drivers. First is KXI. He's not on a good lap. He goes P14, the slowest of everybody at the moment. But next one is Duel. A 3.5 in the middle sector is not what we expected from Duel. He probably made mistakes somewhere around the track, but maybe he will. It's not. It's only P10 for Duel.
Must have a stinker somewhere around the lap.
Yeah, definitely. We know Duel can do way better, of course.
Kuhn's on the lap, heading down into turn 1, turn 2 and turn 3. Avoid the curve in turn 3.
Origin Gamma is next, so we might want to look at him. He's in the final sector now. He was improving by almost 3 tenths coming into this final sector.
Where is Gamma? What position? Oh yeah, there he is, in 9th place.
P9. He can probably go up to P6 if he has a good final sector. Oh, he didn't have a good final sector, but it's very close between P6, 7 and 8, so still all to play for, but I think this will be enough for Gamma to... No, it might actually not be enough to get through. It's very close in this league, don't forget that. It can be over very quickly. Let's see who's on the lap.
So, at the bottom of the field we have Kuhn, Nathan, AJ, Chris Panda and Inemo. Inemo missed out last week and here he is again this week, so hopefully he could pick up some points. And AJ's on a lap coming down at the Anderson Bridge. A little bit of twitching moment coming out of that corner there, and his middle sector will be a 3.1, and that could possibly put him into 6th place if he does a better last sector. He's got a Ferrari ahead of him. I think that Ferrari's on the lap because I've seen
Kuhn. Yeah, Kuhn is on the lap.
I've seen Ferraris out there quite a lot.
He was on a 3.7. Considering Duo was on a 3.5, will probably be, well, pretty close to his the other Kuhn in P12. That's what my prediction will be. Going through the final corner now, and it will. Oh, it's actually a bit slower than I expected. AJ up to P10 with a 10.4, but as I said, it's very close. So every tenth of a second can gain you sometimes even 2 to 3 positions. So yeah, really have to maximize everything in this league, and sometimes you're gonna have to be lucky to even get through into Q2.
Who's under pressure the most then? Chris Panda's in the pits and Nathan's in the pits as well.
Krishna's on the lap. He's not improving, but maybe he can do something in this final sector.
Middle sector needs improving from him.
I hope for his sake he can. Krishna was on a pretty good few races. I remember he was on 0 points for a long time, and then he really got some good position, good finishing positions. He got a top 5 once. I think it was Brazil.
Louis Ladd's team. He comes into pits. Louis Ladd's teammate. I don't know. I can't remember who it is, but he hasn't scored some points yet.
Godly Nub.
Godly Nub. Now, the thing about Godly Nub is he's got some pace on him, but he just tends to drop back in the race. He's got good qualified pace, but actually he scored no points this season, which actually surprised me because considering his pace and what he's done, he scored no points. I thought he had a few points on the board. On board with I Nemo then.
Yeah, it's been a rough season for him, but I hope he can deliver in some final races, because he definitely deserves to be in CRL I, but you have to score some points, man. It seems like he doesn't have the consistency yet.
23 turns around this track. Nemo's got 2 more to do, coming towards the puddles, but 6th gear as he heads. Oh, that's not a representative lap time. He goes 14th place.
He's gonna have to go out again.
Coons in the pits again.
Duel, look at Duel. He's on a lap P4 after two runs. So Duel, that's how we know Duel, up to P4. Calcoon now comes across the line. He does improve just by a bit, but doesn't gain any positions. So
Irish New Potato is 1,000ths down on his first sector, so not too bad from him. Making his way towards turn 10, 11 and 12. This is the most difficult part because I tend to lose the rear end through there as we come through the Anderson Bridge then.
Very aggressive into the corner. You will definitely lose some time out of the corner, but you need to gain time on the exit. That's what you want to do. He is a bit quicker on a 3.0, so he's definitely on a good lap, but just look how close it is. I mean, if you it's so close. So I mean, if he gains 1/10, he will only gain 1 position, but against 3/10 he will 2/10 he will gain 3. So it's very close. Can he do it? No, he invalidates Irish New Potato. Well, that's a soft set. Yeah, that's a waste of a soft set, I guess.
Where is he? He's currently down in 8th place, so I think he's safe at the moment, but just doing some exploratory lap times as well to do. And Animo out there still. He's coming back into the pits. Coon's coming out of the pits.
Faxland is on a lap. Behind him we have Nathan on a lap. We can. In the future. I hope he definitely stays in this league because he makes the league more fun and more enjoyable. He doesn't improve going to the final sector.
Mr. Booth in the middle sector, 2.4 that middle sector. That's a banging middle sector. Coming into turn 14. This is turn 15 right now, and now to turn 16. Ride the curb on the. Oh, that's too much. And he's invalidated that lap as well. You need to ride the curb.
Is Nathan invalidated?
Yeah, Nathan has invalidated, and he's backed out of it.
He was on a very good lap. He didn't really need to rush it in that final sector. It's Q1, so.
I dare say Mr. Booth has 1 more lap to, probably 2. How much fuel has he got in the car? He's going for it again, I think, because he's up at the ERS, so he's going for it again on the same set of tyres.
He has enough fuel. Yeah, he should be able to make it. If he invalidates now, it's going to be over. And considering his pace, that would be a big shame for him. Chris ahead of him is on a lap. Well, seeing Krishna's pace, Nathan's maybe a bit too close. You might catch up to him in that final sector.
Oh, I think. Okay, it doesn't matter. He was on the outlap anyway, so I was about to say he might get hold up by AJ Booth in that Anderson Bridge, but KSI wasn't on the lap anyway, so it doesn't matter. 1/10 down in the middle from the first sector from Krishna as he makes his way towards turn number 8. Coming out of turn 8 now through turn 9 to bring the car in, trying to avoid the wall of the exit. My controller
doesn't look like Krishna has practiced a lot. He's very
he's too wide through there. Way too wide through there.
He's not really confident. He doesn't really know when to turn in, it seems, and when to brake and all those kind of things.
He's under pressure
He's
though.
not really on it. He's not really on it. He needs to gain like 5 tenths if he wants to get into a Q2 spot, and he's only getting 2 at the moment. I mean, it's 2 tenths, but at the moment it will only gain him 1 position. So he needs to do more in this final sector if he wants to get into the Q2. I hope he can do it, but let's see if he can do it.
Interesting, Mr. Yogurt. Mr. Booth has caught up to Krishna at the back, so you can tell how much Krishna's struggling by Nathan catching up to him. They're both on the laps. Krishna's about to cross the line. Can he improve? He will. Up to 15th. Here comes Mr. Booth. Mr. Booth is up into 2nd place, 2 tenths off of Ferg's time. So Nathan is safe at the moment, at least,
and that
in
means
2nd place.
Krishna's out already, I guess.
And Chris Panda gone wide at the exit of Anderson Bridge by compromises extra.
Oh my God, Strauss! He's on a good one. Come on, Strauss.
That was a weird.
Strauss.
I'm getting a bit of glitches. I'm gonna get a bit of glitches through this lobby. I don't know why. Anyways, Mr. Stroud up into 4th.
I said Koen is out of it as well. He's invalidated and he's out of field, so Koen is out of this one as well. But Strauss up to P4. Let's go.
On board with Mr. Panda coming towards the turn 20 and 21.
Oh, he's starting his lap, Jeroen. Never mind.
Mr. Panda coming towards the last 2, takes it in 7th gear. He's supposed to take it through 6th. He goes up into 18th place, and he's.
Panda's known for taking high gears.
I think he should.
He tends to do that quite a lot. AJ is on a lap. Let's see what AJ can do. He's in P30 now. He is improving. Let's see what he can do. AJ now coming across the line. He goes to P8. It should be enough for him to get through. We also have Louis left. Or no, it's actually, who was that? Was that Damn Spin? Yeah, he's starting his lap.
Calhoun starts his lap, and Nemo, the consistent podium finisher, is currently on the verge of possibly getting knocked out if Damn Spin Chris Panda.
He's gonna get another lap.
Koen has been knocked out. He's in the pits, so he won't improve.
Krishna and Koen have been knocked out already. Dam's KXI, well, I don't know if he's actually gonna make it. He has to hurry up a bit, but I reckon he will make it. Nemo's
then last chance if Krishna he's not looking like he's going to improve. He might go for. No, don't go for 2nd lap. So Krishna has been knocked out. He hasn't got enough fuel in the car. He's got enough time, but not enough fuel. And Nemo then, he might be safe depending where Damn Spin is. Damn Spin's two tenths down in that 1st sector. He needs to go. Oh, he's got too wide opposite the wall, and that's his lap potentially ruined from that incident there. Chris Panda has invalidated it, so he's been knocked out too. Damn Spin is backing off, so Nemo is safe at the moment. If he invalidates it, don't matter because he is through and safe. KSI, like you said, is on his outlap, but he's 15 seconds to go. He could potentially knock out Nemo, so keep an eye on him. He makes his way through turn 1, go back on board. Going back on board with Nemo, he's improved in the 1st sector by 2 tenths already, so good signs from him. But I think he might use this lap for practice, so he looks like he's struggling at the moment.
Koen is on a 3-0 coming into the final sector, so he's on a good one as well.
Locks up into turn 21 he goes. Now coming through the last 2 corners, turn 22 and turn 23. Turning at the orange box, comes across the line, goes up into P10.
He makes it even tighter at the midfield. KXI, oh, he's 4 times up coming into the 1st sector.
Yeah, but he's a 38.4 though, so he needs more time.
Yeah, but he's looking.
Oh no! Oh, it doesn't really matter because I dare say he might be safe towards KSI, and Nemo did invalidate that lap and go on board with KSI. Sector 2, Sector 1 is improved by 4 tenths.
139. He's.
I dare say he could threaten P15.
He could. Nemo might not be completely safe.
I thought you said KSI didn't have enough time, that's why I thought he was safe, but turns out he does. As long as he don't mess up in this lap and improves in that last sector, he might get into the top 15.
Nah, he's not really committed coming into the corners.
Took turn 21 nicely. He might get in, you know.
Indian Jesus coming up to P5. What will KXI do? He comes. Oh, I think he made it.
He didn't make it. He didn't.
Oh, he didn't.
Sadly, in 20th place and last for the AlphaTauri.
Unfortunate. But look how close it is. Oh my god.
So the drivers that have been knocked out is Krishna.
Top 14. Almost within 8 tenths.
Krishna, Damspin, Chris Panda, Kuhn, and KXI. iNemo is safely through, but 1.5 seconds down. Dare say he could have improved on that lap if he didn't have validated it, but he looks like he's in trouble to possibly make it to top 10.
I think a lot of people could have improved, but it looks like a lot of people, well, the 5 people that are out, really not on the pace compared to the rest of the guys. But the rest of the guys, we know iNemo can improve. It's so close, so it's gonna be a fun Q2 and Q3. But Ferg on the pace, it seems.
Yup. So Ferg back where he needs to be.
And look at Strauss, by the way. P4.
Mr. Strauss doing a good job.
P4 for Strauss. Go on. That's what we want to see.
So we could potentially see some people going out on the medium tyres later towards this qualifying session, because they might do some bankers on the softs that switch over to the mediums. But we've got 2 drivers switching over, 3, 4. We've got some multiple drivers switching over to the mediums already. I usually save it to the very last moment, not go out on the mediums, so I just don't take the best of their performance out in the early parts of qualify. They usually go at the very end. I usually start at the softs, then do a bank on the softs, do it slowly, and go out the mediums towards the end. So mixture of softs and medium runners coming out of the pits right now. I won't start on the softs because my tyre saving is shocking in overall honesty. So we've got Williams on the medium compound tyre, which is Harvey Lee's his teammate. Unfortunately, has been knocked out. Hopefully he can do something in the race to claw his way back through the field, because we know he can score some points, like he proved in the last 2 races in Britain, and I can't remember elsewhere he did it, but
Britain was the first race, mate.
Oh yeah.
Not the last. Cool. I think in Britain he pulled off a very smart strategy. He went onto the hards early in the race and he didn't have to pit. So.
Boulevard. Raffles Boulevard is what the straight's called. The second DRS zone. 3 DRS zones, but I dare say the last DRS zone is not really that effective. But you can overtake down at turn 14. We've seen people do it before in the past. It's just need to get a good exit and hope for the car ahead that gets a terrible exit due to wheel spin or loss of traction.
You need to fatten him into the slow corner before the straight, and then maybe he gets a bad exit. That's the only way you can overtake there, I think so. But yeah, we'll see how it goes in the race. I think we'll have a lot of people with damage.
Oh god, yeah. Whoever's the most consistent and gets less penalties, most likely to win this race.
Yeah, most likely Duel then.
Duel is also known for his consistency, his patience, his conservative with his EOS, his persistence in racing as well. His racecraft is amazing. And here comes Harvey Lee's round that final corner to start his medium flying lap then, as he heads his way down into turn 1, breaking the black box. Use a lot of curb at the entry, a bit hesitant coming into turn 1, use a lot of curb into turn 2, avoid the apex into turn 3, get the car rotated, take the line, tighter slide through there. Through turn 4 we go. That's turn 5 actually. On with the DRS wide open then. Take the tightest line through that little corner there. Turn 6, so it is a corner. Brake at the 100 meter board, take a lot of curb at the entry and use the exit curb as well. Use a lot of track. Brake before the black box, takes the curb through there. Short shifted to minimise the wheel spin on the exit. This one, avoid the curb on the exit. Nicely done from him. As we come towards turn number 10, turn 10, leading into turn 11. Slow the car down as much as you can. Get back on the throttle without a spin in the rears. Under the Anderson bridge, rotate the car. Going through first gear, use the engine braking, short shifted to get the best exits with DRS open on this short straight, possible overtaking opportunities. Coming down into turn 4, straight line the braking, use a bit of curb at the entry. Nicely done from Harvey Lee's there. Coming through turn 15, now through turn 16, there's a lot of curb through there and through here as well. Go to the right, break at the black box. Use a bit of curb at the entry here too. This is the most crucial part of the lap because it's very easy to use a lot of curb and invalidate through there. Avoid this curb. I think he's supposed to take it, but he avoids it. As now we come through the final 2 corners for him, takes it through 6th gear, messes up slightly, and it's a 35.5, which is the benchmark for everybody else.
I reckon it's a good benchmark. Louis on the softs will be next, so he's not planning to go on to the mediums. Oh, actually, no, he's not on a lap. He's not using any ERS, but he is pushing it, see? Maybe
Probably.
he's just doing this as a banker and he will be going onto the mediums later on in the session.
And he comes
his
across the line with a 36.5, so that's definitely a banker.
Yeah, he didn't use any ERS that lap, remember, so it's not really a time we can
Judge.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I usually do the same thing, to be honest with you. I go for a lap without putting the ERS on, so I understand what he's doing. And Fax lands in the pits on the medium compound tyres after he validated the lap.
Origin Gamma is actually on a lap on the softs. He's not doing a banker, it seems, so either freeze a 0.
Let's judge the lap time then as he comes towards turn 22 and turn 23. Is this his best performance? No, I think he'd go quicker than that.
Yeah, he can definitely go quicker.
That could
But
be
it's a alright banker, I guess. Indian Jesus invalid.
Oh, Mr. Stroud has had problems, and that wasn't his out lap, it was his flying lap, so he's made a mistake coming down into turn 10, unless he meant to do that, of course. He got out of people's way.
Is Louis-Let? No, Louis-Let isn't on a lap. Why is he using ERS then?
NTG is on a second lap time here. He's done 1 lap and he might be invalidated that lap, so he's gone for 2 runs on the medium compound tyres. You don't want to take too much life out of the tyres you potentially started on. You never know, because it's very early in this qualifying session. You could switch over to the softs as he makes his way towards sector 1. 26.5 in the first sector from him.
I think on the softs you want to be in the 26 lows.
He didn't use the outside curve, which most people do.
He thinks it's the best way. Let him be.
Too many steering adjustments through there as well. Coming down into turn 10. Not too bad through here. Turn 11, ride the curb, get on the throttle. Turn 12. Turn 13 right here, rotate the car as much as you can. As soon as you straighten up, get on the throttle. And he's running out of ERS as well for good measure, as he sets a 3.1 in the middle sector. Duel goes up into second place.
On mediums 3.1 is pretty good.
We've got more drivers out on the track as well. We've got stars like in the pits. We've got Mr. Booth, Mr. Ferg, and Mr. Booth on the outlap, all 3 of them. Calcoon on his outlap. We're on board with Indian Jesus right now. I Nemo. Let's see if he can improve, because I know he's got loads of podiums this season, and on his return back don't know where he went last week, but on his return back,
a good lap by Indian Jesus. Oh no, he's just off of Harvey Lees, but it's, again, very close.
Now Renault in the background crossing the line to start his flying lap. I think that's Mr. Visser. No, it's not. It's his teammate Calcoon.
Yeah, Visser is next, I think, to set a lap. Yes, he is.
There he is.
3.5 coming to the final sector on those mediums.
That's not too bad, is it?
Jesus did a 3.1, so he's have a good final sector. Or this won't be enough for Jeroen. He was very quick in Russia.
A bit of wheel spin coming out there.
He can't forget this lap, I guess. Might as well pit go on to the softs.
That's what this track is so painful. I don't know how to find the word, but look at that.
He's going to be off so much.
A snap of oversteer in turn 22. After turn 22 had a snap of oversteer. You could tell he's fighting with the car desperately. This track is evil to all the drivers because it's just unforgiving. That's the word.
Yeah. Calcoon is on the lap. Oh my god. He lost the car a bit and he's backed out of it.
Where's Calcoon? There he is.
Yeah, he's backed out of it.
I Nemo in the Ferrari.
I think AJ's first. You might want to look at. Yeah, AJ's first.
Go with AJ. So what I've seen from I Nemo, he did a 26.5 in the first sector. He did the same as Indian Jesus or Mr. Visser. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah, Indian Jesus, but Indian Jesus did a very good middle sector, it seems. So we'll see what AJ can do. You want to be in the free lows.
There he is.
0 for AJ. So that's where you want to be. The free lows on the mediums, and AJ is right where you want to be. And if you're in the twos, well, good job. Animo goes to a 3.5. Look, that's already 5 tenths lower than AJ. That's a bit too much.
Turn 90. Look at the way he's using the throttle import. He's very patient on the throttle as well.
And it works as well. He's going very, very neatly and very
tidy.
Very well. And very good lap by AJ. Unbelievable. Good lap. Faxland comes across line P6. We have Nathan Up next, what will he do? He goes to P6, taking it off from his teammate. Then we have iNemo, he goes to P8. We have Louis Led, he invalidated, but he just started his lap.
So
Strauss starting his lap. Ferg ending his lap, he goes to P2, 1,000 between them.
my God.
Unbelievable.
Mr. Stroud in the third corner, he's on a flying lap. He's on the medium compound tyres. Steinslag starts his lap on the soft compound tyres, so we'll keep it on him. Ferg's teammate.
He's on a lap, I think. Strauss.
There's two guys ahead of him, the Alfa Romeo and the Ferrari.
Yeah,
hopefully they get out of the way.
Louis Led is on a lap, and is AJ on another one?
Looks like Louis Lad used the slipstream off the Ferrari very nicely indeed, so he must have a mighty first sector.
Louis Led is the next one to come across the line, so we'll look at him. We know Louis Led is very quick. We know he's a podium contender, definitely.
That would definitely distract me if I was him. Two cars in the way.
Yeah, especially the Mercedes up there.
So Mr. Booth don't want to. 1/10 is between Mr. Booth and Faxland. So Mr. Faxland, his second race overall, not doing too bad. He's only a 10th behind his teammate. 8/10 in the middle sector from Louis Lad.
3.1. That's only 1/10 slower than AJ, and well, looking where AJ is, that's very good.
Oh, he's gone too wide.
This goes a bit too deep, but he didn't lose too much time there. I reckon he lost maybe a 10th or 2.
Yeah, the left corner popping up.
He goes a bit wide again though. Don't want to be doing that too much. Here again goes a bit wide. Doesn't really take the speed on the exit here. Well, a very bad last sector from Louis Led, but I reckon it will still be enough for maybe P4.
That's not bad.
Yes.
That's not bad considering what happened to him.
Yeah, so yeah, oh Strauss, oei, P11. Come on, Strauss. It's
Mr. Stroud's on the medium compound tyres.
Steinslag on the softs. 34.5.
So that's his best. That's the 34.5. I think he'll definitely start on them softs there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Indian Jesus out again on the same set of mediums. He's doing 3 laps on the mediums, including the in lap and out lap on the other.
I don't really want to start on them anymore. Come on. I think Irish New Potatoes is next to come across the line.
You don't want to do too many laps on the tyres you started on, but bearing in mind he could possibly get knocked out because Faxland, interestingly, switches over to the soft compound tyre in the pits, so he is on the verge of getting knocked out. So I think it's safe to say he has to go out again. So does Nathan. I say Harvey Lee's duel. It's very close in the field, but people that say that are safe is Ferg, AJ. I say P5 is safe. P6. Oh dear.
So he can't go out again because he doesn't have enough time. Or he's gonna do another lap on those mediums.
I don't think it's wise to do 4 laps on these set tires.
I think it's better for Indian Jesus just to retire now and start outside the top 10.
Yeah, that's his only choice now, I think.
Yeah, I think that's his best bet because then he will have fresh tires, which is which is better, I reckon. So yeah.
Harvey Lees is coming out of the pit lane. It's Indian Jesus going.
Harvey Lee's not feeling safe on the mediums.
I don't think he is because look at the time difference as well.
Yeah, and I'd say Calhoun needs to set a lap. Irish New Potato still needs to set a lap.
I say P6 is safe. Do you reckon, Mr. Yogurt? P5.
I reckon Strauss will go on to softs because he's out. I reckon a New Potato just put on the softs. I reckon iNemo's coming out on the softs. I reckon if you're maybe Louis Led, he'll be safe. But I think Duel, he's also coming out of the softs. I think Louis Led is maybe safe here, but I don't think Duel and stuff are safe.
So, Mr. Booth in 4th place is definitely safe. The other Booth is on the soft compound tyres. His teammate's out. iNemo's out.
To be honest, maybe they're not safe.
I think they're definitely safe. Don't worry, mate. I see.
There are a lot of people going out on the softs.
Oh,
a lot of people.
Origin Gamma 2nd place as well, 34.9.
Yeah, that's on the softs. There are a lot of people going out now. Strauss actually is coming out now. He might be a bit too late. He's gonna have to cut a few corners if he wants to make it.
I did see him cutting corners on. I did see him cutting corners on the way back to the pits as well. Harvey Lee's on his final flying lap. This got to count because you never know, he could get knocked out of Q1. A bit hesitant coming into turn 1, a bit too many steering adjustments through there. A bit wide through turn 3 as well, so he's just got to regain his composure and continue for the rest of the lap without any troubles. Not too bad through turn 6 through there. Now through turn 7 we go. Heading down into turn 8. 26.3 in the first sector. He's improved on the 10th, but it should be more than that, knowing the tyre difference around this track. But that's only the first sector, so let's see what the middle and the last sector is going to be like. So we've got Mr. Booth is starting his lap time, and his teammate is currently down at turn 17 and 18. He's got an Alpha Tauri behind him, and that's probably doable.
Calhoun is finished. He's invalidated.
So Calhoun won't have a time on the board, and he will start in last place. Irish Dew Potato, interestingly, hasn't got a time on the board, so we're keeping an eye on him.
He might not be in time.
He's on the track somewhere, as Harvey Lees goes 8 tenths quicker.
Sector. Oh, it's gonna be close for Irish New Potato.
He's got to push.
13 12. He's gonna just about make it.
He's got to push there, he can't back off.
Oh no, he goes wide, he invalidates, and that will probably be this next lap.
Irish Dew Potato, man.
That's, oh my god. Nah,
and Renault's made a mistake. Coming down at turn. Yoga, Mr. Yoga, go to Renault. He's made a mistake. Is it Jerome?
No, that's Calhoun's retired.
It's Calhoun. Right, Harvey Lees comes across the line. He goes quickest with a 35.5.
33 thousandths of a difference. Strauss invalid, but he wasn't even gonna make it.
Nemo's invalidated it. He won't make it through Q3. Mr. Strauss is invalidated it too.
Jerome can still make it.
Irish New Potato. Oh yes, next and this and next lap is invalidated.
So Jeroen, let's see what he can do.
He's been very cautious, you know. I don't know if he.
Yeah, but I think he just wants to set a lap time, and he does exactly that. Faxland, no, it's actually the first Nathan. He will be setting a lap.
Come on, Booth.
See what he can do. Very cautious, doesn't want to get any invalids.
P3.
P3, it's very close up top. Faxland is next, I think. No, it's actually Ferrari, but that's Animo is invalidated. So Faxland is next, the other Mercedes. Let's see what he can do. Also very cautious, don't want to get any invalids right now, because that will cost you, of course. And he goes up to P4. I'm just saying, I don't think Louis Lett is... Nah, he might be safe. No, he's safe. And Duel, he knows... Oh, Duel is a smart boy. Duel is a smart boy.
So...
He knows no one is gonna set a better lap time.
So he knows Indeed Jesus is retired, he knows Nemo's in the pits, Mr. Strauss is finished, and Irish New Potato has invalidated it.
Yeah. So Louis Lett, Duel, AJ and Ferg will all be starting on the mediums.
I bet some drivers wanted to go on the medium tyres, but unfortunately for them, their time wasn't good enough on the mediums, so they had to switch over to the soft. So their strategy has changed if they wanted on the mediums, but AJ, the highest medium, well, Duel was actually the highest medium, the lowest medium runner in 10th place. So he's just safe.
It's very tight. It's very tight between the medium runners.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the mediums. Louis Ladd got through all the mediums too. Yeah. So he's looking very safe. Well, very comfortable at the moment as well. All he needs to do is get a higher position in Q3, so he doesn't get surrounded by soft runners at the start, because we've got like 6 soft runners, and they'll be quick.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you see the times they do on the mediums, they should be able to do that.
So I think we're potentially waiting for Irish New Potato to retire, that we should make it through to Q3, and we'll determine who's on pole position at the Singapore Grand Prix.
Yes.
In terms of constructors, I think Nathan chose the perfect teammate, Faxland. No offense to James, but he hasn't been really there in the top 10 in the past few races, and Nathan really needs to find a good teammate, which he has done in 4th place. Not saying James isn't a good teammate, he is, but he needs consistent points, does Mr. Booth, in order to get some good constructors points. So Faxland's there in 4th place on his second race here, and he's doing good. So I think we should see Mercedes scoring more points from the next few races.
Alright, so Q3 has begun.
Here we are for the most crucial part of the qualifying session then.
Well, for these 10 guys at least. We have, I think, Gamma out on track first. Yes. So, Stein's like in Q3. That's always nice to see. We have Jeroen again in Q3, which, just like last race, maybe he'll get another front row start again. So, who are your predictions for the top 3, Jeroen?
My top 3, I'd say yes. I'm thinking,
yes?
No, I'm thinking, my top 3, Ferg, Duel, and Harvey Lees.
My top 3 will be... I'm gonna have to think about it. I think Ferg will get pole. I think Neven P2. And Jeroen P3.
This is Origin Gamma, the first guy on the track, so we can keep an eye on him. Gamma, well, his season. What's his season been like? This 9 races.
The first time he's in the Q.
It's the second time I've seen him in Q2 another race. I think it was Russia, which was last week.
It's very hard to keep up. Well, memorize everything, but we're doing our best.
Yeah, I think I need to do some revision before my races. Gamma has been in the top, from memory, I think he's been in there 3 times, the top 10. Hopefully McLeod can get some good points.
I remember him being in the top 10, but I don't remember when or where. Well, Gamma, starting his lap, I'll commentate over it. Into turn 1, want to brake at about 80 meters, that's what I do. Kind of want to take a lot of that inside curb and quite a bit of that outside curb, but he doesn't do that, he just wants to be safe on invalids. So Gamma's going strong. Now, a bit laggy on my side, I thought he was making a mistake. Getting a good exit, that's very important of course. Very clean first sector, it seems, not quick or something, but as a banker it was very good and very strong. Coming into turn 7, I believe it is, taking it also very nice. Don't want to go too deep into this one, and you don't want to take anything of that inside curb as it's very high. Again, same for this one, he does take a little bit of it, but it's fine. Still get some good speed, some good momentum. Now here, very technical of course, this section, you want to take a lot of inside curb for this one. He takes some, so he took it alright, but it could have been better. Want to get a good exit of course off here. Opening DRS in time, which I struggle with actually, he does that perfectly. So now coming into the final sector, he's on a 2.9, which is very good, which you want to see. Origin Gamma now into the slowest section of the track, first right. Don't want to take it too tight as you will go wide and maybe get an invalid. Watch out for the wall on the outside. Want to take a lot of the inside here. Don't run out too wide because there's a wall again. Same here. Now take a lot of inside curve, which he does. No invalids. Take a good exit over here. Go as close to the barrier as you can. Now taking so much momentum into this final corner as you dare. Coming across the line. It's a 34.9 for Original Gamma. What can Louis Led do? He's gonna start on the meters. He goes to a 34.1. Now let's see what Faxland will do. Of course, this is only his second race in CRL. Coming around the final corner. Out of ERS he is. He goes to P2, 5 times off. Louis Led it is. What can Harvey Lees do? He won the first race of the season. Almost a second off. That's not what he wants.
AlphaTauri started his lap time.
Across the line. Fur goes to P1.
Here comes Stars like across the line, and he started his lap. So
yeah, he starts his lap. So
on board with Mr. Vizza, 2.6.
2.6. That's very good. So let's see what he can do.
Bit of wheel spin quit out of that corner there.
Yeah, a bit of wheel spin, but he's alright. So look at Louis Led, he's very close behind. Jeroen, I predicted him in P3. I actually don't remember who I predicted in P3, but I think it was Nathan actually.
Interesting fact, Mr. Yoga. Origin Gamma hasn't got any points. He's currently last in the driver's standings. So he's getting into Q3, but he's not delivering results in the race. Goes up into P3.
So that's where I predicted him. We still have AJ Steinschlag and Duel on their lap. So exciting to see what they will do.
Mr. Booth is in the pit, so the other Booth has backed out of his lap. Oh, Steinschlag spawner hits the wall under the Addison Bridge. And there's a car coming, and who's that car? Is that a car?
He's on an in-lap, he's on an in-lap. Duo is next to come across the line. A 2-minute.5 for the Duo coming into the final sector. That's 1/10 quicker than Judon. But Judon did make a little mistake in this final sector. So he will probably go into P3.
Just reset the track, there we go.
Just maybe a good lap time from Duo this will be. We'll see what Duo can do. Now coming into the final sector, taking this in 4th gear, very smooth and very conservative, as we know from Duo, but also very fast at the same time. It will
P3.
be P3 for Duo, and I think he'll just be happy with that.
So
I think AJ will go again, or he might go into the pits to make sure he can do another run.
we'll find out, because I don't know what happened. I think he just generally made a mistake on his first lap. So into the pits comes AJ. I don't think we'll see a replay of what happened. Steinslag will definitely come to the pits because he ruined those set of tyres and he's got front wing damage as well. So he's got another run to go. Hopefully that affects his confidence through the Anderson Bridge. That's where he lost it on traction, lit up the rear tyres and hit the wall. And that's it for you now until the next runs.
So Ferg into P1, but Louis led only 600 off. So Louis led very close.
Louis Ladd currently 3rd in the driver's standings, overtakes Harvey Lees. So looks like Harvey Lees is under massive pressure now to get up into 3rd place. It's not too far the gap between 3rd and 4th. It's only 3 points between Louis Ladd and Harvey Lees. Nemo's back and he's 7 points behind Harvey Lees as well. Nathan, after switching over to controller, is up into 6th and he's scored a huge amount of points over the past few races and he's currently in the top 6 as well. His brother's behind him. He's quite a few points behind.
Yeah, he did score a few podiums, didn't he, Nathan? So.
Yeah, after he switched to controller.
You have to take the win. So, I mean, I don't know, how many races does this season have? 11 or something?
Think so. Hopefully he can get a win this season.
I'm very excited for next season. As this season is exciting, but it's already played for the championship. But I hope next season that Nathan will stay on controller, and it will be an even better season. And I hope it will be 11 races again, just to try to see if we can have 11 different winners.
Mr. Steinslag's the first man out on the track after he made that mistake on his first run. So we'll stay on board with him then, as the rest of them are in the pits then. And we'll find out when they'll come out, probably the very last moment as the track starts to evolve in.
So yeah, Steinslag out on track first.
They've all got to be a 34.0. Louis Ladd's the closest to it. Louis Ladd's 3rd in the drivers as well. Louis Ladd's doing a very good job at the moment. It must be said, Godly Num, his teammate, has not still got no points, but he's got a new teammate this race. Don't know where Godly Num is. Hopefully he'll come back for the next few races and not give up. I know his tyre performance hasn't been good so far when he's raced, but I think the standout drivers are Louis Ladd and Nemo. Nemo is not in Q3, is he? No, he's not.
I think Faxland is up there.
Faxland is 2nd race.
As I said, I really enjoy Faxland. He's just he's in there. He's in the mix of the top/midfield, and I really enjoy that.
Both racing points are out of the track. One's in 10th and one's in 1st. So
2 CGM boys.
Oh yeah, 2 CGM boys as well. Must be said.
So we can call it CGM point or something. I don't know. So Steinschlag will start his lap. He did a 34.5. So if he can do that again, he'll be in P5.
Steinschlag still yet to get a podium after his 2 teammates got a podium. Brady Pollock and Ferg got a podium as well. So Steinschlag, the other racing point that still needs to pick up a podium as he comes towards turn 1. Uses all. Oh, that was so close to a validation.
He did take that pretty nicely, to be fair.
I thought he was going to validate it, but he managed to get away with it as he comes to turn number 5. Uses a lot of cover the entry. Bring it back to the left.
Nice first sector. Very nice first sector. Maybe a little bit of a toe from the Mercedes ahead of him. That is Faxland. So Steinschlag 26.2. That's pretty good. Goes a bit deep though. Yeah, it does lose a bit of time with that, but it's still fine. Still looking good, Steinschlag. Really Oh, you're taking a lot of inside curve. You don't want to do that.
I think his confidence is not really as high because of that mistake.
He has had some good races recently, I think. Especially in quali, he's been pretty strong. I remember in Spain he was doing very well.
This time he doesn't spin on the Anderson bridge, learns from his mistake as we head to turn 13, straightens up the car, gets on the power of DRS open for the last DRS zone. A 2.5 in the middle sector.
That's on par with Duel. That's on par with Duel, so maybe with a good final sector we might see a P3 for Steinschlag provisionally, which would be... Oh, that would be pretty amazing.
Ferg's got a beautiful track position ahead of him. The closest car that's near him is the Renault, and the Renault is coming down to turn 10, whereas Ferg is currently down at turn 6.
Oh, Steinschlag, bit of a mistake, that might cost him. Oh, he did, yeah, that cost like maybe a 10th.
Oh no!
No!
And that's his lap done.
Too greedy. That was a 34.6. Well, he slowed down on the line. Unfortunate for Steinschlag. I see he did have a very good lap.
Ferg has improved by 800ths of a second. Oh, the racing point gone off into turn. That's his teammate who's finished his lap.
He did do a 33.9 in practice. So he should be able to get into the 33s. He just needs to set the lap. Louis Led is right behind him actually. Well, we can see the difference from their time. So Ferg sets a 2.2.
Oh bloody hell!
Oh my god, that's pretty quick.
Blimey, that is quick indeed. That could be a 33.8 if he continues with this.
Oh, Louis Led goes 2.2.
Mr. Yoga, Ferg messed up in turns 16 and 17. It cost him a better time.
Oh my god. Will this be pole for Louis Let? Oh, Louis Let also a bit wide actually into that corner. Oh
no, he hit the wall. And he's in the pits.
So Louis Let, it's all up to Louis Let it seems. Maybe Duvel behind him can do something. But it's all in Louis Let's hands now for the pole position. Can he do it? Don't invalidate here.
No.
Oh, he spins almost across the line.
He comes oh, it's a 33.9. He's done it.
He gets it. But Duvel is still on a lap and he's 2 times quicker in the
AJ's got quickest.
Oh my god. AJ goes even quicker. We have Origin Gamma. What can he do? He does improve, but doesn't.
It's a 2.2 in the middle sector, Mr. Yogurt from Duel.
Nathan invalids.
Oh, Nathan. Oh, come on, man.
2.4 in the going into the final sector. So, what can Faxland do?
I'm going on Bobbers Harvey-Lees because he's the next one.
For Faxland.
Yeah, I'll qualify his teammate on his debut for Mercedes. Harvey-Lees goes a bit deep into turn 19 and 18, 20. As Harvey-Lees comes across the line, it's a 34.
P4. Oh my god, it's spicy. Oh, Duel, look at Duel. Oh my god. 16 thousandths of a second between them.
And he's on the medium tyres as well.
That's it.
I mean, started on the medium tyres, that's what I meant to say.
Ferg, from being in a very comfortable position, in P4. Again, the Frenchman duo that gets the pole position.
I honestly thought that Ferg would get pole position, but it's all gone down to the wire basically.
And Nathan and Steinschlag didn't even set a lap time, unfortunately.
And Dubel's on pole by 17 thousandths. Louis Ladd in third place. CGM Ferg in fourth ahead of Harvey-Lees. Faxland in sixth place ahead of Mr. Vizzer. Origi Gabbett in 8th ahead of Mr. Booth, and Steinschlag currently down in 10th place. He was on the softs as well.
God. What a quali. It's always a surprising quali, but it's the only thing that's not a surprise is that Duo was on pole. 17 thousandths between the top two, that's what we want to see. I think AJ will be gutted. I think Ferg will definitely be gutted. He was improving by 2 tenths, remember, so he threw it away. And Nathan as well. You know, he could have probably got on pole, maybe top 3, but he threw it away as well. So, don't think we have any rain. So, everybody just getting their strategies. So, only 5 seconds left. Let's see what tires everybody will start on. As we start the formation lap. There we go. We'll look at the tires. Of course, oh my god, the entire top 4 is on the mediums. So the people that were in Q2 went on to the mediums. In the Q3, they're all in the top 4. We have Indian Jesus in P11 on the hards. iNemo P12 on the mediums. Strauss on the hards. Irish Nude Potato on the hards.
Oh wow, I had myself on mute for some reason.
Mediums.
Hello Spunky, did you hear me? Can you hear me?
No. I can hear you now, but...
Did you hear me say hello Spunky in the...
No.
Oh, hello Spunky, how are you mate? Hello Brady Pollock.
Oh, Brady Pollock.
So I was talking.
Brady Pollock?
He's a reserve driver. I was talking about him. So I was talking about Ferg and Brady have got podiums for Racing Point, and Styles like yet to get a podium. His 2 teammates have managed to get a podium, but he needs to try and get a podium.
Yeah. So I was carrying on with the tires. Damn Spin on the mediums, Panda on the hards, Ice Raccoon on the mediums, and dus my points KXI on the mediums. So the top 4 are on mediums. So
crucially, they've got a track position, and this is not an easy track to overtake. So Harvey Lees is the highest soft runner out of all of them. So he needs to get a really good start and try and use lap 1 to his advantage and try and overtake while he has the chance. Otherwise, he'll get stuck in that train and it'll be impossible to overtake.
Well, they're gonna have to go aggressive into the race, but all the traffic. If you look at the people on the hards, the mediums, Harvey will be in a lot of traffic, and it's gonna be very hard to navigate that with his almost definite 2 stops.
What was pole? Pole was a 33.8 from Duel. There was 3 drivers that were in the 33s.
Louis Led, AJ, and Duel. Ferg probably could have done it as well. So, but yeah, and he just didn't get the lap together because in practice he did do it.
Maybe it's just the pressure.
Yeah, of course, the pressure, of course.
Everybody does well in practice, but when it comes to the actual thing, that's the most crucial part, and that's when you have to deliver. But in practice, it's just you're on your own, expecting nothing, and nobody expects anything from you in practice. And when it comes to the actual thing, all pressure and all eyes on you. I could have done that. Wow, maybe I could have got a pole. Well, Brady, if you were a full-time driver, you could have got pole, and you would have been first.
Brady, you better be a full-time driver next season.
Brady has got school, so I don't know if he might be.
Fuck school.
Oh god, oh god.
No.
Apologies for the language, my fellow English people.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
I'll take you to the start then. You're going to be interested down into turn 1. Can AJ get the start he needs to try and overtake Duel into turn 1? They're both on pad. Lights out, away we go for round 9 of the Singapore Grand Prix. Looks like an even start, but it looks like Louis Lag gets a better start than AJ. There's a spinner in the background, and that's a racing point of, I think it was Styles Lag. And he did a Hulkenberg, and he is out on the first lap in the racing point. AJ getting swallowed up as Harvey Lees is side by side with the racing point. There's Ferg getting overtaken by Harvey Lees. It's going to be so tight through there. It's put a bit of full wind damage from somebody. That's a Renault end plate. That could be Calhoun in the Renault, so he might have a bit of problems as Harvey Lees didn't get past Ferg. Bit of midfield action as Jerome's in 6th place. He's got Faxland behind him.
Jerome has the damage. Jerome's with the damage.
I did see a bit of Renault end plate come off the car. Could be a Mercedes end plate as well, because I saw that. Very tight squeeze from Origin Gabbard there, trying to get through Calhoun. And is the Mercedes okay? Has they got any full wind damage? Oh, he's let his teammate go. No, he's not. He's just pulling out.
Indian Jesus on P9 on the hards. Very good start for him. If you're on the hard, you expect to lose position, but he actually gained 2 positions. So
Chris Panda almost lost his tyre, lost his rear tyre because he made contact with the wall. He's crushing it down the inside at the Anderson Bridge, but couldn't quite make it. Go back on board then as Louis Ladd crucially gets ahead of AJ. AJ looked like he had an even start compared to Duel, but the second phase, Louis Ladd getting a horrible oversteering moment through turn 16 to 17. Like I said, it was an even start. But the second phase looked like AJ just dropped back and Louis Ladd managed to get past him and up into 2nd place. So Louis Ladd only looking good.
Side by side. Strauss on those hards, just got to let him go.
Oh, the two Mercedes are fighting, Nathan versus Faxland, and Nathan has got ahead of his teammate. Here comes Jerome in the pits. Mr. Vizza suffering from wind damage. Poor Jerome, the bad luck he's had this season. Could have won the Russian Grand Prix, but look at the Mercedes then, duo, scrapping for 6th place down the inside, and they can't afford to fight, because look at that, already, what's going on?
Oh my god, look at Ainimo. He's already, well, he's up a lot of positions.
Where is Ainimo? I can't find him.
P10 I think he is.
Chris Pandas, no it's not. Let's let the graphics sort itself out.
Yeah, I think it's P10 Ainimo.
Wow, this game, man. They have brought an F2 update and they still can't fix this. Wow.
Yeah.
Anyways, the top 5 are in the DRS train, and I was about to say both Mercedes are dropping back, very further back. Look at that. Look at the gap between Harvey Lees and the Mercedes. Those Mercedes are not going to be very happy. They're going to be kicking themselves.
That's because of Jerome.
Jerome holding up the pack with the lack of downforce.
So it's up to Faxland to gain some time back.
Also, those two Mercedes squabbling did not do any favours whatsoever. That's why those guys are pulled away. Harvey Lee's the highest sufferer. He should have overtaken Ferg when he had the chance, but Ferg managed to get back at him, and Ferg is currently down in 4th place behind AJ, Louis Ladd and Duwell. His teammates spun at the start, but unlike Hulkenberg, he managed to keep going because Hulkenberg crashed.
As I said, Ainimo up to P10 already, so good start from Ainimo.
He's on the medium compound tyres too, and there's Indy Jesus on the hards.
Koen already with a penalty, come on. It's a bit quick on a track like Singapore.
DRS will be enabled this lap. It is lap 3 now, and the graphics should sort itself out. Look at AJ on the back of Louis Ladd, not down into turn 1 as Chris Panda picks up a penalty. Louis Ladd might get exceeded track limit warning for exceeding track limits in turn 2. You gotta be careful not to do that. Can't do it 3 times, otherwise you'll get a penalty. And Louis Ladd's dropped back out of the DRS.
Yeah, I was about to say. So he's gotta watch out for AJ.
Will he go aggressive down into turn 7?
If they're smart, you don't want to fight in lap 3. You want to stay close to the car ahead, and in the second stint there's time for fighting, but you don't want to lose the race in lap 3 because of the DRS.
Exactly, and I think this train will help the Mercedes fight back on Harvey Lee's.
Excellent. He's already got the gap down to 2.5 seconds.
But thing is though, he's low on ERS, so you can tell he's used a lot of ERS early in this race, which is not good.
But he did break the DRS to Neven, and he's closing in, so it might have cost him some ERS, but he's still on 25%, and I think it was a good decision at the end.
And Louis Ladd.
He's gonna have to pit early, so.
Louis Ladd back in DRS contention of Duval then, so we can use him to try and defend from AJ behind him and Ferg behind him too. Harvey Lee's on the soft compound tyres. They won't last for long. Probably lap 6 or 7, he will start to head off into the pits to change onto possible hards or mediums. Which one would you choose, Yogurt?
Mediums for second stint to get past the traffic. I already see quite a lot of penalties in the midfield / background. It's a bit weird, I didn't expect it. Look at that KXI also with a penalty now. So, I didn't really expect that, to be honest. But it does happen, I guess. Faxland now, the gap down to Harvey to 2.3, 2.2. So, Faxland is doing... Well, his pace right now on those softs is pretty good. Probably... Right now, he's probably the fastest on track, I would say.
Indeed, Jesus as well on the hard compound tyres. There's a Mercedes ahead of him on the softs, so that Mercedes will start to suffer soon, allowing the Haas to catch up.
Indian Jesus has burned a lot of his ERS.
That's true indeed, Mr. Yogurt, and Calhoun has got lots compared to him.
Yeah, so Calhoun needs to get past quickly, because you don't want to be stuck behind a hard runner for too long. So he wants to... What I think is the best to do, put him under pressure here. Make sure he doesn't get the DRS of Neven now. Put him under pressure. I don't think... Well, he does have the DRS, I think. So, Calhoun a bit deep.
And so, Indian Jesus. Yeah. The last lap, Indian Jesus went wide as well. That's allowing Nathan to just slightly pull away from the hard / medium runners behind him. His teammate's doing a good job though. He's put the gap down to 2.3, but I think those soft tyres will come to an end soon, and he will make his pit stop.
Already out of the second of the leaders. I think the soft tyres are already starting to drop off right now.
Not a good sign, as you can see. So I think Harvey Lees could react to that. Oh, look at that! He's on the curb.
Yeah, I
Might
think
come
he's
to the
gonna
pits.
pit already.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not yet. But
probably...
I think they're gonna have to react quickly because now they don't come out in traffic. Remember?
AJ trying to go. He made Louis like cut the corner, not on purpose. Oh, AJ almost lost it himself. But Louis lad, that's the second time. He might one more infringement. He will get a penalty.
Yeah. Just watch out.
Yeah.
Calcoon
one more warning, he'll get a penalty.
Jesus. Look at Calcoon. Oh, Indy Jesus getting a fine penalty over there. Well, that's not smart. Okay, Indy Jesus, I think he's gonna be in trouble here because I think Calcoon is gonna have a good shot at him. As Ice Raccoon gets another penalty, but Indian Jesus breaks very late. Still ahead. Can Calcoon now on the inside? No, he can't. He's almost got the
Look at that, Nemo under pressure from Damn Spin and Irish New Potato. Nemo held his ground and keeps ahead of Damn Spin behind him. And Calcoon tried to do a Daniel Ricciardo style, but couldn't quite make it because Indeed Jesus broke late too. So that's allowed him to carry the momentum around the outside and keep his position. Indeed Jesus under massive pressure.
Look at how much time Harvey Lees has already lost. I think it's time to pit this lap ASAP right now because...
And he's losing time to Faxland as well, both on the same tyres too.
Yeah, but don't think he'll mind that too much. It's more that he's losing time to the leaders.
I think he won't mind Faxland catching, knowing he's on the same tyre as him, and knowing he's dropping further back as well. Each lap he stays out, the more he loses. Look at that. He just can't get the grip he needs.
He's gonna have to pit. He's gonna have to pit. If he doesn't pit, I'm eating my shoe. He doesn't pit. I'm not eating my shoe, by the way.
Faxland's in the pit, so the Faxland is the first driver to commit to the pit stops very early. Almost hits the wall as well.
I think that's a very wise decision for Faxland. He goes onto the hard, so he wants to go very long into the race.
Soft to hards, hard to softs, possibly. AJ is on the back of Louis Lad. Louis Lad hasn't got DRS.
Ooh, that might get him into a bit of trouble.
This is frustrating for AJ because he knows he has the pace but can't get past Louis Lad and Ferg as well. He's right behind the pair of them as Harvey Lees continues. He's 4.1, massive drop back from Harvey Lees.
Yeah. I think Faxland makes a very good decision. He goes onto the hards and look at the gap ahead of him. It's 15 seconds. So he's in some good clean air, which is ideal for him. And I think he might get a very good undercut on Harvey as well. And
look at Nathan holding up the pack. Nathan struggling on those soft compound tyres.
If Indian Jesus is literally pushing you on some hard tyres, well, you know you've...
Oh no! He's hit the back of him. He broke too late. Yes, it is damage.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is damage. A bit of carbon fibre came off. He's lost his left. He's lost his left. Lost his left. Oh, I can't even speak today, mate. Lost his left end plate.
Well, that's not ideal when you're on the harsh.
It just broke too late, in my opinion. I don't think Nathan did anything wrong.
Yeah, I mean Nathan is on worn out tires. I mean, what can he do?
AJ's so close behind Louis Lad.
Louis Lad, just outside the 1 second.
AJ can. Oh, AJ can. Oh, Louis Lad.
Oh, that heartbeat went up by a bit.
Harvey Lees in the pits then, as expected. There's Nathan's in the pits too, so Indian Jesus stays out. He's going to suffer coming into the speed corners.
No, not yet. Calcoon won't.
He's not using his DRS for some reason.
Yeah, I did say that on my screen as well. I thought it was a glitch for a sec, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't want to be too close into corner 1. Maybe he did it on purpose. And
he still can't get past Louis Lad coming down into turn. Indian Jesus, horrible understeer through turn 6.
That's overall. I knew was the rev glitch on my end. I'm going on board with him. Strauss might have an opportunity on KXI. Irish New Potato gets his first penalty.
Here comes, yeah, like you said, Mr. Stroud on KXI into turn 7, and he's done it. Up into 11th place.
Lees, by the way, onto the mediums, and Nathan also onto the mediums. So Faxland doing a different strategy. Is he gonna go to the end, you think? I don't think.
Interestingly, he still stays ahead of Faxland, Harvey Lees, so didn't get undercut. And Faxland had to warm up his tyres, but more crucially, he stays ahead. Now, at this stage of the race, Harvey Lees needs to pull away because he will definitely do a 2-stop, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. So he needs to definitely push now, but maybe he doesn't want to really catch up to the traffic of Koen, KXI, Strauss, Panda. So you catch us up to that, that will cost him quite a lot of time.
Anyways, Cal Koen down in 5th place. He's doing a wonderful job for Renault at the moment.
He's 10 seconds behind them leaders, you know. So
Yeah, but it was the gap before though, wasn't it? You know what I mean? With Nathan in the way, Indian Jesus.
In a few laps. As Indian Jesus goes into the pits, unfortunate for him. Being on them hards, of course. But we'll see what the gap is in a few laps from Calcun to the leaders. He's in some clean air now. We can just do his laps. As Indian Jesus falls back, of course. Making his pit stop.
It could be that Duel could be teasing HA because he could keep Louis Lad in his DRS and prevent him from overtaking him. That could be a strategy from Duel as well. Not be happy. I'd do the same thing. As Irish New Potatoes about to overtake Nemo using all of his DRS. They both break.
Oh, Nemo has damage.
He does, doesn't he? Goes around the outside. It's gonna be tight through there. He's lucky he's
late on the brakes.
He's lucky he could turn in.
Damage, so he's gonna have to pit probably Nemo. He can go onto the hards, I reckon, and finish on it.
Here comes Mr. Booth on original gamma. I don't think he'll put too much of a fight up as he goes down the inside. Easy move from Mr. Booth.
So next up for Nathan is Faxnet.
Well, the gap was 1.9 seconds, now it's 4.2. So Harvey Lees is gaining loads on the Mercedes behind him, just leaving him behind. But it'll come back to him in the later laps.
Yeah, well, he's gaining time now, but once the traffic comes...
The traffic will come in 5 seconds time as Kood has overtaken... Wait, what happened there?
They're pretending there's some passengers to...
Turn 21, Ferg got a bit out of shape, that's what I was talking about. Nemo still keeping Irish New Potato at bay along with Damn Spin. Damn Spin's in the points, and Nemo will continue around with a broken front wing. He'll not enjoy this stage of the race with the lack of downforce at the front of the car. And AJ, he doesn't go into turn 1, he backs out of it. Smart thinking from him as Louis Lads tried to desperately defend second place as Ferg's dropped back 1.6 seconds. So he must have a stinker somewhere. He's gone deep. He's gone deep and he's gonna go around the outside. He outbreaks him. He almost good job AJ noticed that, otherwise he'd be put in the wall. Possibly Louis Lad too.
Harvey can maybe already get past KXI. No, he's not using anything as overtake.
I'll get as close as possible, then overtake him.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do it in the corners though.
So Ferg's back in DRS range, but
yeah, there goes Harvey with his first penalty.
Ferg's back in DRS range, but he did have a shocker somewhere the previous lap before. He was 1.8 seconds behind.
Range, but look at Duel, he's got a gap on Louis.
This is crucial now because he hasn't got DRS at the back of Duel. He hasn't got DRS at the back of Duel, so he needs to overtake him ASAP now. He knows he has the pace to, but he just can't do it. Maybe down the DRS straight, but Louis Lad has got more ERS compared to AJ as well. Sliding through the corners.
Very sliding. Maybe Louis Lad's gonna pit. No,
he was sliding through the corners before as well, and there's 2 seconds now the gap between those.
Very aggressive setup.
Irish New Potato still not past Nemo. Nemo's holding his ground very well here. You would expect him to overtake him with a broken full wing, but he hasn't yet, so he's doing a very good job. Unless Irish New Potato is struggling as well. Looks like he hasn't got full wing damage either, so should able to get past him. As you can see, AJ then still can't get past Louis Lad. The gap's 2.1. AJ could see that Duel is pulling away from Louis Lad. He needs to do something about this Alfa Romeo as soon as possible. And here is Irish New Potato then, finally getting past Nemo. Nemo was a sitting duck on the straight.
Akun got a penalty. As now Harvey will go past IS or Akun.
Easy move from Harvey Lees there. I don't think Kuhn will fight too hard with him. No, he won't. And Louis Lad goes deep into turn 13. Was that allowed AJ to close up and overtake him? Try and do it into turn 14, son, come on. And he doesn't.
Kuhn damage. Kuhn has damage.
Goes deep again.
I think Louis Lad, it's time for Louis Lad to make it.
Come on AJ, you need to get past him as quick as possible because you're losing a lot of time. to Duval. 3.4 seconds. He's getting another second on that lap. He needs to get past him as quick as possible, otherwise he's just destroying his own race.
Louis Let's tires are overheated, it seems.
Look at that. Horrible sliding through the corners. What tyre pressure is he running? He goes into pits.
So that's gonna give Duval a very good cushion to AJ and Ferg.
So we've seen a soft runner put on lap 6, and Louis Lad took those tyres 5 laps extra, which we don't expect from the mediums. Harvey Lee's on the back of Mr. Stroud's.
Nathan got past Vaxland, but now Nathan is in the traffic of Koen and
I wonder how he got past Fastlane. He was he was far behind him. Now he's managed to catch up. Bearing in mind he's on the mediums too. Mind you.
Vaxland is on the hards.
Mind you.
Vaxland is going to the end. He's trying.
Mind you, like you said, Mr. Yoga, as Mr. Stroud is not letting Harvey Lee's go as he's trying to break the toe, as he might be sitting duck on the straight because he's got more EOS as Harvey Lee's. Doesn't use the EOS actually, so quite smart overtaking from Harvey Lee's and not burning any EOS. And we've got yellow flags, and that is Nemo. No, he must have gone too deep into that braking zone.
Yeah. That's a costly mistake. Already Panda behind him. Not far behind there is Harvey Lee's.
Chris Panda on the hards too, going for that long stint, and he could take a lead. He could take the lead of this race.
Knowing Chris Panda, he will let Harvey go right here probably.
Yeah, I think
on the beginning of the straight he will let
it's either
go.
Chris Panda needs to get past Nemo or let his teammate go now. He's too far behind. He needs to get him go.
I think he's gonna let him go. Well, knowing Chris...
It bangs too deep! Oh!
No, that's... Oh, no damage it seems, no damage.
He got away with that one. Well, yeah, he did. He got away with that one.
Oh my god.
He lives to fight another day.
He is very lucky.
As AJ and Fergus in the pits, they both pit on the same lap to try to do the undercut of Duval, but he's pulled out a 4-second gap.
Where is Louis Led actually? Oh, he's behind Strauss, so RV did undercut him, which we probably expected him to do.
Well, AJ rejoined in traffic. There's 2 cars ahead of us. Harvey Lees has gone through. Chris Panda has gone through. Here comes AJ. His teammate's there.
God. Yeah, Louis Led is very struggling. Oh, it might be contact with side by side coming out of the pit lane, and
he will not be happy with that one.
Just a bit AJ and Ferg on the mediums.
No,
so they're going for 2-stop.
They must be optimistic or chose the wrong strategy, because the strategy is mediums to hards, isn't it?
Yeah, so if I reckon Duo will just go on to hards, knowing Duo.
Goes around the outside.
Yeah, I don't think Louis really has to fight this. I mean, he's on the hards.
Think about it smartly, boys. He can't afford too much time, lose too much time behind Duo. Does the switchback, better tyres, better grip? No, he doesn't. And
very
look
good
at that.
Defending by Louis Led, but I don't think it's really helping Louis Led. I mean, you're on the hards. You want to gain time to do well, not lose time.
Well, this definitely puts Harvey Lee's back. You know what I mean? Because he's on the medium, same tyres as Louis Lad. No, not Louis Lad. Louis Lad.
Older tires.
Just a little bit older, but it won't affect him too much. As AJ's right behind him, he needs to get this move done now. He should have gone down the inside, but he didn't choose to. This is AJ needs to try and be a bit more aggressive. Yeah. His teammate's right ahead of him too. He's gonna hold him. This is gonna let Harvey Lees pull a massive gap over the guys, and he's behind Damn Spin too, and he's got more EOS, and he scrapes the wall. Does Damn Spin? I even heard that.
As Calcoon now pits, Duel staying out.
Calcoon doing a very good job, it must be said. Underrated performance by Calcoon in the Renault.
Definitely, he goes on to the hards. Calcoon. Can AJ now go past Louis Led? He's gonna have to do it around the outside. We have his teammate of the Red Bull Louis Led getting a penalty. Louis Led now on the inside, and he is gonna get passed by AJ behind
Mr. Stroud needs to be wise now and let his teammate go. There's no point fighting his teammate.
Third penalty. Jerome getting a penalty.
My God!
Look at Ferg, look at Ferg. Strauss in the way. Oh my God, this is getting very dangerous.
2 guys behind Mr. Stroud on brand new tyres, so they can be much quicker than him in the corners. They need to adapt to Mr. Stroud's pace if they want to be fighting with each other.
Louis Led fighting this one hard. He might want to think about his front wing. just be safe, Louis. Let be safe.
So Louis lad, he should know that the two guys ahead of him, as AJ is trying to fight Chris Panda.
Chris Panda a bit deep into that corner, and it was a bit deep into this corner.
Nathan's there too, as AJ's got past Chris. And Ferg's got a much better exit than Mr. Stroud's, and he's going to go past him. No, he's not, is he? Mr. Strauss fights back. Look at the Mercedes trying to go down the inside. Oh, they both make contact. What the hell's going on?
This is going to give Louis Let an opportunity. No, Louis Let again needs to wait. Nathan behind there as well.
This is what these guys feared, fighting with the midfield.
Yeah, and this is all just helping Google.
It's all helping Harvey Lees too. Harvey Lees can pull away massively. There's AJ stuck behind Nemo.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Harvey Lee's gained a massive gap as well, so he's going to be satisfied with that one.
Nemo into the pits now.
And Chris Panda can do a favour for Harvey Lees by holding up Ferg.
Finally past Strauss. Strauss, I mean, good job from him, I guess.
Both Mercedes are behind Mr. Strauss as Chris Panda goes deep into turn 3, allowing Ferg to do the switchback, and he does.
Excellent, very consistent this race, and he's not really. He's very. Oh no, Strauss!
Mr. Strauss has spun!
No.
Racing instant, well, from that camera angle, I don't know.
Well, I think, yeah, I don't think Nathan did leave him too much space, but I guess.
At the same time, Nathan don't want to hit the wall either, so. What would you say? Because new tyres versus old tyres, did Mr. Strauss have to fight too hard about that one?
Yeah, but I don't think it was Nathan's fault. I mean, he left space. Yeah. I don't think it was Nathan's fault.
I think Duval's trying to pull a gap on Irish New Potato so we can get ahead of him. I don't think he will.
Irish New Potato, it was 21 seconds a second ago, mate. So Duval is losing time. I reckon he'll pit this lap, which is losing a bit too much time. I think yes, he does pit this lap.
Louis Lad's turn to try and get past Chris Panda. Chris Panda has barely got any EOS. Same goes to Louis Lad. And Louis Lad on the hard compound tyres, he should know that 8th place, 6th place, 4th place, 3rd place has to pit again because they're on the medium compound tyres. And A, they won't make it to the end, and B, they're going to choose two different tyre choices, not one.
So Duval coming out of the pit lane now, so I think New Potato will go past. Will Harvey go past?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
Yeah, he does go past.
He does.
He definitely does. Well, AJ won't. It will be close though. Yeah.
Looks like he got a whole Alexa out the pit lane. Did look at he's right behind him.
Yeah, he's alongside him.
Louis Lad's got past Chris Panda.
Oh, down the inside, AJ. Watch out.
AJ's got DRS crucially.
Yeah, so he'll definitely get past. Although Duval's using quite a lot of his overtake. Normally we see Duval very conservative.
Around the outside goes AJ's one and only choice, I think. Well, I mean chance, shall I say?
He
does. He does.
Yes, he does. So that was a pretty important move, of course. So Duval now, yeah, I mean he doesn't have to pit, and RV and AJ still has. Irish New Potato also in a pretty good position, to be fair.
Indian Jesus overtook Indian Origin Gamma, sorry.
Jesus does have to pit again, I think.
So let's think about it. So 2nd place has to pit again, 3rd place has to pit again, 5th place has to pit, 7th place has to pit again, and so does Faxland. Could take the ties to the end.
Yeah, well, it will be a stretch, but I reckon he seems to be very conservative, very consistent on his tires. I don't think he's really pushing. So I think he's definitely trying to go to the end.
I don't think it's no mistake those guys went to the mediums. I think they're just worried about tyre life, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, for the guys on the softs, starting on the softs, I especially thought they would go on to a 2-stop, but the guys starting on the mediums, why wouldn't you just go for a 1-stop?
Exactly, and Mr. Yoga, Harvey Lees could be a good chance of a podium too, because he'll pit a few laps, I think 5 laps time. We've got yellow flags, and that is Kuhn.
Kuhn, not having a good race, Kuhn.
Interested in Mr. Yoga, 20 drivers are still in this race.
Yeah, no safety car or virtual safety car, which well, after Russia I did expect. We have had up till now more safety cars and virtual safety cars in Russia than in Singapore.
Every single year in Singapore, in actual F1, a safety car has came out. 3 safety cars came out in 2019.
Of course, no race in 2020.
As Ferg all over the back of Duval, but he seems to pull away at the straights, just Duval. Mind you, he's burning his EOS now. Usually conserves his EOS, but he's trying to pull away from Ferg. Knowing he'll pit again. What we've got going on further behind, we've got Faxlad trying to catch up to Louis Lad. No, that's Nathan, sorry. Nathan's name's blurred out for some reason. Faxland on the hard trying to go to the end. I think he's just saving his tyres.
Whoa, he was gonna try it, I think.
AJ is catching Harvey Lees, and Harvey Lees is catching Irish New Potato too. He's gaining so much on Irish New Potato.
I think Harvey, he might be able to do it on the main straight, definitely back straight. Maybe Irish New Potato will pit this lap, get off those hards.
Can those mediums go to the end? 15 laps?
Yeah, I mean...
Oh yeah, they can. Yeah, they can, sorry.
So he doesn't pit yet. Harvey Lees doesn't have any DRS yet.
I think Harvey Lees is doing a very good job in my opinion.
Nah, he's not really getting much time on duel though, which he needs to do.
I'd love to see him on the podium again after the struggles he went through in the last few races. I'd love to see AJ on the podium because his brother's been on the podium, but I don't know if he has been on the podium himself.
No, it hasn't been a good season for AJ. Although he does have the pace, we know that.
And Ferg still got to get past Duel. Mange, he's pushing him so hard, he's having to use his EOS. As Animo has overtaken Origin Gamma as he pits again. Steinslag's right behind Damn Spin, so let's go on the battle for 13th place. Not talked about Steinslag too much. After he made that mistake on the line, he put himself in the wall like Hulkenberg did in 2016. And he's on the comeback to try and fight Damn Spin. Headed into turn. Oh, he's outbroke himself, allowing Steinslag to go alongside him, but he doesn't do it. He backed out for a moment and tries to do a spitch, but he can't.
You might want to look at Ferg. You might want to look at Ferg. Oh my god, he doesn't do it, Ferg. He's just gonna send it.
Back on board with Steinslag. Is he close to Damn Spin? Not yet. Damn Spin's on the hards. He's on brand new hards compared to Steinslag's 13 laps old medium tyres. So you expect him to pull away. Oh, that's a horrible turning point for Steinslag, and Christianer is behind him too.
Harvey's not really getting a move on behind Irish New Potato. Look at AJ, he's now close behind.
Right behind him too.
Yeah. Will AJ go into a set of softs at the end, do you reckon?
It's medium softs. In my opinion, I wouldn't have done it.
Christianer gets a penalty. I mean, AJ is probably the main contender if he for duel, as he doesn't have any penalties. I think he's gonna try to go past Harvey. Harvey does have a lot of ERS to play with, so I think it won't happen here for AJ.
The only way I can see AJ win this, I don't know. I don't want to say that, but I think, I don't know actually. Duel's in a better position compared to the other drivers because you don't have to stop again. The three guys have to stop again or make their first pit stop if you're Irish New Potato. But these two have definitely got to pit again, and I think they've got to pit soon because they'll run out of laps to try and catch Duel. Depending what tyres they go on to, I think it's either hards or softs, depending how long they'll go on those medium compound tyres. You know Harvey Lee's got to pit soon, so he could put on another set of mediums because he started on the softs, didn't he? Whereas AJ did medium, so he's got to go on to the hards or softs.
No, AJ, yeah, well, that will be definitely softs.
And Ferg's still behind Duel too.
But now Irish New Potato just holding.
Oh, Harvey Lee's. Oh, no matter.
That's lagging.
Harvey Lee's.
Oh my god. Yeah, I have the same, mate. It's lagging quite a bit. Hopefully it doesn't. Yeah, it seems to be affecting AJ. Can't really stay close. So I think Harvey will get a move on. He doesn't use overtake over here. He wants to do it on the back straight, where he doesn't really lose any time.
Sorry about that. Yeah, where was I? Where was we? Sorry. AJ's side by wall, almost alongside Harvey Lee's. Got to go around the outside, and they both give each other space respectfully.
They don't want to do this. Harvey can't get past Irish New Potato at this point. Come on, they're just losing each other time.
I'm so surprised that Ferg still fights a duel.
Yeah, Ferg's not getting a move on either.
They're all drifted apart from each other, and They got a battle for last place.
AJ's round. AJ's round.
Oh no, man! Why? How?
He went on to the inside of Harvey in that corner. It's just a dumb move.
AJ, man, could have got yourself a podium, but you had to.
Well, now he's in a bit of an awkward situation, as he's gonna have to go onto the softs or hards. Well, you can't make softs last. It's gonna be hards, I guess.
I think your potential podium could be happy for Harvey Lees and Origin. We've got a battle for last place. Kuhn versus Jerome Vizzer, side by side, and Vizzer has got past Kuhn.
I reckon it will be I reckon it will be. Will Louis let Vex land on the podium? Because they don't have to pit. And maybe. Yeah, I think that will be the podium. Yeah.
And Irish New Potato and Harvey Lees going to the pits, but Harvey Lees want to go a bit quicker. Virtual safety car. This is beautiful for Harvey Lees.
My God.
We've got a crash at the pits. It's Jerome. Jerome's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane, and Kuhn's retired in the pits too.
So
that's worked beautifully for Harvey Lees and Irish New Potato and AJ and who else is in the pits and whoever's in the pits as well.
Nathan, yeah.
On a brand new set of mediums, does Harvey Lees go on to?
So New Potato is actually in a better position than Harvey.
True. Actually true, to be honest with you.
But I think Harvey has the pace advantage.
Well,
So
Ferg's got a pit again, and this is not going to help him, is it?
Yeah, I guess. But I have to go, so that's some bad news. But I'll watch the stream. But I have to go.
Alright, thank you for commentating with me, Mr. Yogurt. See you later.
Yes, good luck, and I'll watch the stream. Go away.
So what's going on further behind then? So on my own this time, and virtual safety car has ended, but we've got yellow flags is set to 1. Oh, spinner! That's a massive crash. Krishna has crashed in the wall. That could be a safety car. There's another crash, so that's Jerome in the wall too. That could be a safety car. Is it a safety car? He's in the middle of the road, and if that was real life, it would have been a safety car, and it would have came out by now. And it's not a safety car. That was a massive impact from Krishna there. Mr. Vizzer, try contact me after the race, mate. Message me on Discord after the race. And Ferg's got ahead of Duel. How's that happened? Did he get caught napping on the safety car restart? Virtual safety car restart? What will Ferg do? He has to pit this lap, I reckon. Which he doesn't. He can't go. He might go onto the softs towards the end. That's what I'm planning, because logically he'd pit, but he's not. And Harvey Lee's actually lost time to Irish New Potato. But it's all the virtual safety car has worked out beautifully for Irish New Potato and Harvey Lees, and they're behind Calhoun. Can't afford to lose too much time, and that is Louis Ladd on the hard compound tyres. And Irish New Potato is closing very quickly to Calhoun. You need to get past him as quickly as possible. No messing about with Calhoun, because he can't afford to waste time. He's got 10 laps on those brand new set of mediums. He's can't afford to waste time behind him. And Harvey Lees, what's going on with him? Why is he dropping pace? Has he got full wind damage? And here comes Irish New Potato, and he's got himself past the Renault. And where's Harvey Lees? He hasn't got full wind damage, but for some reason he's dropped behind Irish New Potato quite a margin. And there is Nathan then. He's overtaken the Alfa Romeo of Damn Spin, moved himself up into 9th place. He's also the one that pitted. No, he didn't pit under the virtual safety car. He's just pitted and came out of the pits. That's why he's lost a lot of time to Irish New Potato and Harvey Lees. Meanwhile, back to first place, Duel's 9/10 behind, but knowing Ferg has to pit again. If you're wondering why he has to pit again, because he hasn't been on the second tyre. He hasn't chose a different tyre. He's been on the same tyres, same tyre compound throughout the whole race. On the mediums for the whole race, medium, so he has to pit and obey the rules. He might come to the softs. Yeah, so he might extend his tyres to the softs, because logically he pit now. Otherwise he'd be undercutted by Irish New Potato, but he might be doing medium softs. So he might run out of laps, you know. I think he might be the bad strategy, because he'll run out of laps, and by the time he's caught up to Irish New Potato, he's got Cal Cohen in the way as well. And Harvey Lees needs to get past Calhoun now. And Irish New Potato picks himself up a penalty. Gotta be a bit more aggressive than that, Harvey, as AJ is behind Damn Spin. AJ on fresher hard tyres compared to damp spin, and Harvey Lees needs to get past him as quick as possible. He has to do it now, otherwise he's just stuck behind him for the rest of the lap. Cool, what was that? Down the inside goes... Oh, Calhoun's not giving up. Which I don't expect him to give up either. But Harvey leads on the fresher tyres at better pace. He has to get past him. Can't afford to stay behind him, mate. You need to do something about him. Chris Panda is ahead of KXI. And yet again, he's costed himself more time. Harvey Lee should have been a bit more aggressive than that. That was so easy. He should be using more ERS. But he's managed to get himself stuck behind Calhoun again. It should be a bit easier with the better pace and better tyre advantages. Down the inside he goes, and he's done it. About half a lap too late. Now he needs to find himself a bit of time, because he was stuck unnecessarily behind Irish New Calhoun. Here's the two protagonists for the championship leader, which is Ferg and Duel. Not many battles going on now, as I can see on the left hand side of my screen. In fact, we've got Mr. Stroud behind somebody, which is Chris Panda. Mr. Stroud and Chris Panda on the same tyres, and the same age of tyres too. So this will go down to the wire between those two. It'll all depend on who's got a better pace between those two. I expect Ferg to come in the pits about 2 laps time, lap 25, and go on to the soft compound tyres. Because logically he'd do medium. If he was hard tyres, he'd come in lap before. But he will definitely go to the soft tyres. If he goes onto the hards, then he's definitely chose himself the wrong strategy there. Orange and Gamma behind iNemo. There we are for the battle for 12th place. iNemo, a regular podium sitter, but he's currently down in 12th place. And down the inside, wheel bagging coming into turn 7. Coming into turn 8. Their battle will continue to turn 8 as iNemo tries to stay ahead, but Gamma goes around the outside. Best thing to do for iNemo is just to forget about this race and move on to the next one. He's a regular podium sitter, but not for this race. Louis Lad will be on course to score in another podium again. And he sets his best time so far, 40.1. Beat it by 13,000, so Louis Lad's going quicker. And Duel's in the DRS range of Ferg. So much has happened in this race. And Irish New Potato, let's talk about him. Not much credit has been given to this man here. Where did he start? He started in... I'm on the wrong graphic. There we go. Where are we? Where are we? Come on, Jamie. Right, I've just been silly now. Where is it? There we go, finally. So he started... Oh dear, we've got yellow flags in sector 2. And that is Steinslag. What was I talking about? Talk about Irish New Potato. So he started down in 14th place. And he managed to get himself up into 5th. He was leading the race earlier. That strategy from hard to medium has worked out beautifully, and he's going to score a great haul of points as well for good measure. And here we've got Chris Panda versus Mr. Stroud. I was talking about their battling, and he's going to go down the inside into turn 5, and neat move from the Dutchman, getting ahead of the Welshman. More yellow flags into sector 2 and 3, and that's cleared up rather quickly. Indian Jesus in 10th place. He's catching AJ, I think. Or was he the one that made a mistake? Possibly, we don't know. I need to sort myself out now. I've got more yellow flags. What's going on, lads? Can't find the victim, but anyways, Ferg is finally in the pits, and he should be going on to the soft tyres. I predicted it. Lap 25. I told you lap 25. Let's see where he comes out. I'd say he's had a clean race this race, but unfortunately not been enough to try and stop Duwell. That mediums to hards was the strategy. The 2-stop strategy wasn't the right way to go, especially he started on mediums. And he rejoins at an 8th place behind AJ Booth. I meant Nathan Booth. Where is AJ? Down in 9th place. Yeah, after that spin, it went downhill. Oh, more yellow flags in case Almost loses. That starts like again. I think he's just getting out of the way. Go on board with Orange and Gamma because he's right behind Damn Spin. And there he is, not right behind, he's alongside him. And he's made the move up into 11th place. Next target is India Jesus, but I dare say that'll be too much of a stretch for him because he's 8 seconds ahead. Plus he's on newer mediums, so I think 11th is the best he can hope for unless someone makes a mistake and drops out of the top 10. Origin Gamma, he hasn't scored any points. This could be his opportunity to score some points if the guys ahead make a mistake or not, because Indian Jesus has caught up to AJ and he's 7/10 behind too. So Gamma trying to sniff for some first points. He's got himself into Q3, but his race pace needs to be better. And if he stays like this, unfortunately, he will not get any points. But mind you, the guys ahead have got some penalties, but how many penalties have they got? Is it enough for Gamma to get into the top 10? If I can find the right graphic at least. 12 seconds! Gamma can find himself in the points. Oh no! And we've got yellow flag. That's a Williams, is it? No, it's not. Who is it? It's Steinslag. Oh, did I curse him at the wrong moment? Gamma. Wait. I'm trying to figure out if indeed Jesus gets more podiums. Wait, what's going on? Ferg has got past AJ, as you expect. Mathematically, I can't figure it out, but anyways. Let me go. There's Irish New Potato who's caught up to Faxland. Irish New Potato is on course for a podium, but he's got some weight on him because he's got a 3-second time penalty. So once he gets past Faxland, he needs to pull a 3-second gap. If he doesn't, we see a new Mercedes podium. That means both Mercedes have been on the podium this season. And Faxland, all he needs to do, drive cleanly and not get a podium, penalty. And Ferg on right at the back. In fact, he's overtaking Calhoun. Let's talk about Calhoun's performance because the man is in the points. And he was outside the points in the last few races, so he's got himself in some good scoring points position. But the guy behind Nathan hasn't got any penalties, so he might fall down to 8th. But Orange and Gamma, can he be on course for his first points in this race? He's putting the gap down. Let's think. 12 take away 3 is 9 seconds, right? So Gamma will still be on the podium, not on the podium, in 10th place. Go back up with his teammate because he's in 4th place. And he's on course for his first podium, second podium, possibly. And around the outside he goes. Indian Jesus has got another why do I keep saying podium? Has got another penalty. And that means Gamma is guaranteed to get his first points of the season. And his teammate has got into the podium. But he needs to pull out 3 seconds. Otherwise, the podiums go to Faxland. And Faxland's done a stunner stint because he was on the mediums. No, he was on the softs, wasn't he? Yeah, he did soft to hard. And he's managed to pull out a mega stint on those tyres. Unlike other people, he got hard release behind him, picking up a 3-second time penalty too. Where's Indian Jesus? There he is. Gamma just needs to drive nice and cleanly and get no penalties. He's got one already, but another one. That means he will. So what happened to Ferg, Brady Pollock? He did medium, soft. So basically did a 2-stop strategy. Nothing's happened to him. And who's that going slow? I just saw somebody going slow on the straight. Basically, nothing's happened to Ferg. He's just done a 2-stop, and that 2-stop's not really worked out for him. Oh, sliding through the corner at turn 21. That's allowed Nathan to get ahead, and he's up into 7th place. Can Calhoun? He is fighting back on Nathan. He goes down the inside into turn 1. Locks up as well, but Nathan takes the outside line. Calhoun, I dare say, mate, you weren't aggressive enough. That corner was yours to take, but you didn't rightfully claim it. You opened the door for Nathan to come back at him. Come back at you. That's why he's just swung around the outside. That corner was yours to claim. But we all learn from our mistakes, and yet again, let's talk about this man in first place. My guy's got no penalties, did a clean one-stop strategy, and he's basically doing a good job overall. But Gamma, though, is on course for his first points of the season. It'll be a mega drive from him. He starts in 9th, I think, or 10th. Maybe less. Let's go check, shall we? He started in 8th place, and he will finish in 10th if he don't make a mistake or get any more penalties. Let's hope that he gets his first points of the season. I look at Damn Spin then. He's under pressure from Nemo and Mr. Strauss behind, fighting for 12th place. I say Gamma's got good pace, but he just needs to find better race pace. And here comes Nemo then on Damn Spin, going down the inside into turn 14. Nice neat move from him. And here comes Mr. Stroud then, trying to go underneath Damn Spin. And we go down the inside, but he has the outside line too, which converts into the inside line. Has he got ahead? Almost ahead. I don't think side by side is going to be the best thing to do around here. Oh, it's so tight, mate. You should have gone side by side through there. It was bound to happen. Irish New Potato. I think he's a reserve driver. Yeah, he's a reserve driver, isn't he? So, he's got Faxland. He hasn't pulled a gap, has he? It's 1.6. Irish New Potato either has to pull a massive gap, 3-second gap, or best pray that Faxland gets a penalty, because this is not enough for a podium. He's got a 3-second penalty weighing him down, and if he doesn't pull out a gap, therefore Faxland will overtake him, and he'll be on the podium for the first time in his debut for Mercedes. He was here for the last race, but he was in a different car. And his debut for Mercedes is doing absolutely fantastic. And he's the driver that's done the most laps out of anybody on a tyre. 22 laps. He's done a very good job. Soft to hards, this guy has done. And if he does get the podium, I can't wait to speak to him. But you would have thought Irish New Potato could pull away easily, because look at the gap difference between the tyres. He's on the mediums, plus they're 14 laps younger. You expect him to pull away, don't you? So I dare say Faxland's done a very good job to keep up, or get below the 3-second mark. There's 2 laps to go, so Irish New Potato needs to pull out a mega 2 laps if he wants to be on the podium. Otherwise, Faxland's got a podium. Just needs to keep it up and get no penalties. I bet Faxland knows that. Really, it's Irish New Potato who's under massive pressure, because he's the one that should be pulling away. A little mistake from Irish New Potato, I think. So Faxland gained some time back. And Indian Jesus in the pits. So Orange and Gamma is officially in the points, and he will score his first points of the season. Give that man a round of applause. But he's got a penalty, a 3-second time penalty, so he's saved to Nemo. So congratulations, Orange and Gamma, for scoring your first points of the season. You've got 2 laps to go, mate. Keep it nice and tidy. And Mr. Stroud is putting pressure. There he is, there, Mr. Stroud overtaking Nemo. Down the inside he goes, and that's a good move. I don't think Mr. Stroud can catch up to Orange and Gamma. So let's hope he gets his first points of the season and end that run of not scoring points. Keep it nice and clean and just bring it home, mate. I know Mr. Stroud's gaining, but just focus, because you've got a 2.7 gap ahead of Stroud. Well, the gap's going down, so I think Orange and Gamma could be in a bit of pressure. He's still on lap 30, by the way. Meanwhile, the last lap, Duo's done an absolutely outstanding job. On merit, distinction, shall I say. Made no mistakes, perfect strategy, perfect race, and been consistent all the way through. Bonus points, no penalties either. Faxland's done a good job too. 2.8! Oh, it's so close! If Irish Newgate Potato gains 2 tenths or 3, he'll be on the podium. So Faxland is under pressure then. And Mr. Stroud's got front wing damage. So it looks like Origin Gamma will get his first points if he keeps it nice and clean. So Mr. Stroud has got front wing damage, possibly pushing too hard. And he's got a 5-second time penalty to add some more misery. Looks like nothing's going to happen from here on in, so we'll give Duel a lap to himself. Duel, it's his 3 wins in a row, and Louis Ladd will come home to finish his second. Faxland, he's going to get a podium. Yes, he is! Only by 45 thousandths! What a close finish! Harvey Lees finishes in 5th, Ferg in 6th place, and Nathan will finish in 7th place. That was so close! Faxland's on the podium! Absolutely amazing from him. Nathan will finish in 7th ahead of Calcoon. AJ will finish in 9th, picks up a penalty on the last lap, on the last corner. And give a round of applause to Origin Gamma for scoring his first points of the season. Well done, that man. Here comes our Nemo to finish in 11th place. Damn Spin will finish in 12th place. Indian Jesus, well, my man's had no luck in this race, and he will finish in 13th. Mr. Stroud's pitted on the last lap, and he will finish in 14th place. I don't think he'll go for fastest lap because he pitted on the last lap. Here he comes then, my Dutchman will come around to finish in 14th place. And here is Chris Panda. That was amazing. We've had no safety cars in this race. We had a virtual, I think we had 2 virtuals, but we've had no safety cars. That's unbelievable. A track like this. Duel, Louis Ladd. Duel finishes first, Louis Ladd is second place, Faxland in third. Irish New Potato missed out on the podium only by 45 thousandths. And I will invite the podium finishers then. Here comes Louis Ladd. We need one more driver on his debut for Mercedes AMG Petronas, and we'll hopefully get Faxland in the podium interviews. Here we go then. We've got 2 of our podium interviewers in here. We need one more. Oh, I haven't got him as a friend. I need to add him as a friend. Unfortunately, we'll only go with 2 drivers then because Faxline settings won't allow me to go be with him in the party unless I have him as a friend, but that'll be too much hassle. Anyways, we'll start off with Louis Lad. Louis Lad, congratulations on another podium, mate. You did an absolutely fantastic job. Strategy was perfect, race pace was perfect. Tell me how your race went.
What a race. My first stint was shocking. I only had pace on the hards, but yeah. Oh.
So, you did a 1-stop, didn't you, from, was it soft to hard or mediums to hard?
Medium to hard, that was always the fastest, especially how hard it is to overtake around here.
Were you a bit nervous with those medium runners? Because they did mediums to mediums. Did you, at that point, did you know that was the wrong strategy for those drivers?
Yeah, they were stuck behind traffic, I think, up the road, so I let them, they eventually got past, and then I knew they were going to get stuck in traffic, so I kind of straight away realised that they were out of the race, essentially.
What was
the
your...
safety car came.
Sorry, you continue, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Are you alright?
So, what was your game plan then? Because those guys did a 2-stop. Did you have any fear of them catching up to you at the end of the race on their brand new tyres, or did you know that you had it in control?
I think it was all under control. I wasn't that far behind Duwell, and Ferg was the only real threat. But as I say, getting past people on this track it's not good. So I knew he wasn't going to catch me.
Did you think there was any chance of fighting Duwell?
If I didn't have at the start of the race, like the first 3 or 4 laps, I had more pace, but I couldn't get past, and then my tyres dropped off, and then the last half of my stint on the mediums, I was just sliding around the track. So as soon as I lost DRS, I don't think there was any chance, and I got a 3-second time penalty as well. So it's a shame, really. But yeah, I think for the first 5 laps, I was a bit faster than him, to be honest.
What happened in that, lap 7, 8, I'd say? You were sliding around. Was that due to tire temperature or lack of grip?
Both, I don't know. It's not happened in, I think it was just a setup. There weren't any, my rears were just sliding all over the place. I think every single lap, for the last 5 laps of the medium stint, the same corner, I just drifted around it. So, yeah. My rears were just on fire, so I think it was just a setup, really.
Louis, you've done an amazing job or performance overall for the past few races, scoring more podiums, and you got yourself up into 3rd place. Well, you did before, but now you extend your championship ahead of Harvey Lee's in 4th place. And how does that make you feel, mate?
I mean, I think Harvey's just had some bad luck, but yeah, buzzing, because I think I'm close behind Ferg now, so it comes down to the last few races now, I think.
Do you think you can get a win? Are you confident to get a win in the next few races? I mean, judging by your pace wasn't so bad. You only finished about 5 seconds overall because of that penalty behind Duwell. And in the first part of the race, you were in a DRS trade behind Duwell, so overall your pace is not bad at all. But do you know, if you started practicing more, do you really think you could take on Duwell?
If I could put the time in, because this was one of my favourite tracks anyway, so I knew it straight away. I knew the strategy, and I had the setup anyway, so I didn't have to do that much practice. But if I had time to practice, then maybe. But it all depends on the track, really. But yeah, this track is one of my favourites.
And I've got a race here tomorrow at what's it called? Singapore. You got any tips for me?
Just do medium to hard. Don't do a 2-stop because you'll just screw yourself over.
Well, thank you, mate.
You're alright.
Yeah, but I've got to say, your pace has been amazing throughout the last few races, and you deserve 3rd place, mate, in the Drivers' Championship.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate that.
Moving on to Duwell. Duwell, 3 wins in a row. I don't think I've got anything to say to you. Just a perfect controlled race.
Yep. I won the race in Q3 when I got the pole.
Oh,
I knew with the medium hard strategy and how it's hard to overtake on this track. I just need to have a clean race and it will be a win. And it happened.
you keep getting stronger race after race after race. Do you, well, for the few races left to go, do you think you've got the championship in the bag?
Yeah, I need 1 point or 2, maybe 3 to be champion. So I hope in 3 races I will get 3 points. Yeah.
Would you let everybody else have a chance to win the race?
Oh yeah, I think in Belgium I will not win.
I'm joking. I'm joking. You have to do your best every single race.
Yeah, I will fight for the win, but in Belgium I think I will not win the race. It's a doggy track for me, so.
I want to say, overall, did you think you had were you thinking about a championship earlier in the season? Because we had Duba winning, then Harvey Lee's winning, then we had Ferg winning. Did you think you had a real championship challenge on your hands, or did you know that you're going to walk away with it?
The beginning of this season got almost every track I hate, like China, Silverstone, Interlagos. These 3 are in my top 5 of my worst track. So when we had done this track, I know if I was still in the fight, it would look good for me, and Ferg helped me a lot, choking big time 2 or 3 races in a row. So yeah.
Interesting there, mate. And we'll round it off there. Thank you, Mr. Yoko, for commentating with me. And congratulations, Louis Ladd and Duwell for getting to the podium. Also, congratulations to Faxland. Hopefully, I'll try and talk to him at the Q1 session. Maybe that's not a good idea because I might distract him, but hopefully I can have a word with him too because he got the podium. And we'll see you next week at Belgium.
See you
Yep.
then.